Ladies and gentlemen, hey, hi, how you doing? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for stopping by. In my opinion, one of the most competitive areas we have in Warzone 2 right now is the close range meta. We have the super competitive SMG category, arguably the most competitive weapon category in and of itself, alongside some other really good close range options from other categories as well. And today I wanted to break down the best when it comes to the close range meta in specific. So let's start first with some of these non-SMG builds. For instance, the Kastov 74U, a rifle that really just behaves like an SMG and quite frankly can outperform and outgun SMGs in a lot of scenarios, making this close range meta super competitive, right? So because this is a rifle, we're mainly just focused on speeding this up. It's already going to out damage SMGs. We just want the mobility to be as close as possible, right? So first up, I love the R7 stock here. It's going to give you that better ADS speed, that better sprint speed, and slightly better crouch speed. That's not super important, but hey, it's a nice added bonus. And for the tunes here, I'm basically just focusing on mobility. The Demo X2 rear grip is control based. This is like the one control based attachment we've got here, just to keep some consistency for some of these rifle SMG hybrids. You're going to use them as sniper support. You're going to use them some in the mid range. This will make that nice and easy. Plus, I'm tuning for better mobility here too, so we're still getting some of that here. 45 round extended mag, you're going to have that for duos, trios, quads, etc. So that's really clutch there. Just pretty basic, right, when it comes down to it. We also have the Olay laser on here, better ADS, better sprint to fire, pretty standard stuff for all the close range setups. They'll pretty much all have a laser of some kind on them, tuning for that better mobility as well. And then the BR209 barrel is all movement based, better general movement speed, better ADS speed. I'm tuning slightly for some better recoil, again for some consistency, and the better ADS speed. So we're speeding this thing up a ton. It's already got the damage. It's going to be able to fry up close and outgun a ton of SMGs. And guess what else can do that exactly the same? The Chimera. We speed this thing up, we make it super aggressive for the close, and in some cases the mid-range here on this setup in particular as well, because it's a little bit less reliable there than say the 74U is because of the velocity. And you've got a great AR SMG hybrid, a great sniper support weapon as well. Personally, I love the feel of the Chimera currently. So here I've got the Bruin Flash rear grip, better ADS and sprint to fire. I do tune to maximize that sprint to fire a little bit more. Then personally, I go for some recoil steadiness. If you wanted to go down for that ADS speed, you could absolutely do that as well. Again, 45 round extended mag here, pretty basic stuff. Schlager Tango underbarrel. This is one of the more aggressive underbarrels. Not going to really penalize you too much with movement speed. It's going to give you better recoil and make this very easy to shoot. Plus, you can tune for the better mobility as well and get that there too. I've also got the Vorpal barrel on here as well. This is for better damage range, which is nice in and of itself, but also better movement speed and ADS speed. And quite frankly, you can tune in any direction you want here for both sliders, and you're not going to have a wrong answer. That's all good tunes here. Then lastly, I mess around with a couple of different things. Sack and Tread 40 is a mainstay for control and for the mid-range. If you want to use this as sniper support, or you just want it to be super easy, this is a great choice. You can tune again in any direction and you got no wrong answer. If you wanted this to be a little bit speedier though, drop Sack and Tread 40, go ahead, throw on the 7mm laser, tune for the better mobility, and that's going to be a great choice as well. So you certainly have some options with this. None of them are going to be bad because the Chimera in general is just a beast. Next up, we've got the MP5, aka the Lachmann sub. Yes, it caught some slight nerfs with Season 2 Reloaded, but really they weren't drastic. They were slight, but they were still not enough to make this thing remotely bad. Like, it's absolutely a top tier SMG choice right now, absolutely a top tier close range meta choice as well. So here initially, TCG 10 rear grip, better control. We tune for the inverse of better mobility, gonna help keep it nice and fast there. 40 round extended mag I feel like is totally sufficient. 50 is an option as well. I just don't feel like you need to have that extra slowdown when 40 is going to work pretty well for most players. 7mm laser, no surprises here. Better ADS and sprint to fire on those tunes. Lock grip precision, although if you wanted to, you could use X10 drop grip, you could use Tango, or you could use this. All of those are good options for SMGs. This will help out a lot with the hip fire as well, for what it's worth. I tune for the better ADS speed and the hip walking speed. And lastly, we got the Falcon barrel, all movement based again to really speed this thing up and counteract some of those nerfs that we saw with it. Tune for the better ADS, slightly better control for some consistency, and all around you got a weapon that's going to have arguably the best movement speed, and then also great damage, great TTK, fantastic close range choice once more. As we get into our next build here with the MP7, quick reminder, if you're new to the channel, every day I'm your one-stop shop for all things going on in COD, news, updates, meta conversations, you name it, it's all right here. Feel free to hit that subscribe button to stay up to date. And if you guys enjoy this video, or if you find it helpful, let me know by dropping a like on it as well. But the MP7, quite honestly, might be my favorite sub in the game right now. It just feels so reliable, so consistent. It's got almost no recoil. It's on and off with the number 1, number 2 TTK mixing in there with the P90, which we'll get to here in a bit. Like, overall, this thing just has all the pros and pretty much no realistic cons, right? So I got the soldier rear grip here, better ADS and sprint to fire, the usual tuning to enhance that. RXT stock, better sprint speed, ADS speed, crouch movement speed as well. Better stability for some consistency there than the better ADS speed on the tunes. 7 milliwatt laser, no surprises here. Schlager Tango underbarrel yet again for all the same reasons as before. The hip fire is super clutch here. Nice mobility tunes as well on there. And then lastly, I go for the Lockshot KT85 just for some consistency with the control. This pretty much gets rid of all the potential horizontal bounce, which just makes it very easy to use. I tune for the better ADS speed and the slightly better gun kick control. We've talked about this setup a lot. I mean, it is, like I said, such a reliable SMG right now. You cannot go wrong with this. Now, speaking of the P90, the PDSW 528, whatever it's called officially, another great SMG for close range. I mean, this thing has ridiculous movement speed, especially with the build that we've got here. Again, right up there with the best TTKs over the first 30 meters or so. Such a reliable, such a fun and different SMG as well. So this setup really just based around movement. Q900 rear grip, better ADS and sprint to fire, tuned to enhance that. Behind the face cam, I've got the Tacoma comb, better ADS and sprint to fire, tuning to enhance that even more. As I've said many times, I'm not a fan of the iron sights. I'm not a fan of the rail sights, so I waste an attachment on the optic. You don't have to do this by any means. If you want to use overpressured rounds, go for that. If you want to use a stock that's got better mobility, go for that. This is just my preference here. I tune for the furthest eye position and the faster ADS. 7 milliwatt laser, no surprises. Yet again, same deal as always. And once more, I got the KT85 muzzle on there, and I do tune for all the control here just for some consistency in the mid-range. Overall, though, this thing's gonna fly. This thing's gonna fry. It feels so fun to use. Would highly recommend. And then lastly, I've got the Vaznev. Again, it's going to be a great TTK choice in those first 15 meters or so. It's also got really, really good mobility. You can't ask for much else out of a close range meta option, right? Set up here primarily based around movement, though. I do have the True Tac rear grip, better ADS and sprint to fire, and surprise, surprise, we're tuning to enhance that. R7 stock reappears here as well for the sprint speed and the ADS speed, tuning for some better stability just for some consistency and a better ADS speed. We've got the Olay laser yet again, same tunes as always. The shark fin underbarrel, very minimal cons here. You're basically getting free mobility out of the tunes there. That said, if you wanted to run the 45 round mag, I don't because I hate the reload animation, but drop the shark fin for that, throw on the 45 round mag, you're set there. Lastly, I got the Cast 1 barrel. This is to extend the damage range. The damage drop off here is very harsh compared to other SMGs. So that just helps out some with that. I do tune for the better mobility here to gain some of that back. Overall, though, this thing is going to be very speedy, very easy to use, and has one of the best close range TTKs as well. That being said, that is what comprises the close range meta in Warzone 2 after Season 2 Reloaded. And quite frankly, it's probably the most competitive area of the game as of right now. That is going to wrap things up, though. If you guys enjoyed the video, let me know by dropping a like on it. And if you're new here, feel free to hit that subscribe button, turn on those post notifications. That way you can always guarantee you're up to date with absolutely everything going on in COD. But once again, thank you so much for tuning in. And until next time, take it easy, have an awesome rest of your day, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace out.